You guys, I'm looking at the numbers here and I'm like, OMG, $4,637, and that's only for the month of July. Hello beautiful people, it's your girl Shy-Bivia and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, you may not know what to do, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. That way whenever I post a new video, you guys will be the first to know. But without any further ado, I'm gonna jump right into this video because I want to make this video as short and sweet as possible. Okay, today I want to talk to you guys about why you should start a short-term rental business today, okay, or an Airbnb business, okay, whichever. Short-term rental can be, you can use all sorts of different platforms to host your short-term rental business. But today we're going to be talking about Airbnb, why you should start a short-term rental business, how you can start your Airbnb business today. Okay, there are a lot of things that I want to share with you guys, honestly, but I may just have to do it in like bits and pieces, okay? But first, of course, we have to get into how do you start a short-term rental business, or how do you start hosting on Airbnb, and why you should. The first reason why you should is the very obvious reason with the numbers, okay, that I just showed you guys here. You guys, $4,600, people live off of that kind of income on a monthly basis, okay? The average person live off of that, right? And like I said, that was only for the month of July, and that is only doing it on the side, you guys. We do have a couple other like streams of income, but this was just from Airbnb alone, okay? Just a little bit of backstory about, like, you know, me and all of that. So also, I just wanted to share that you can do Airbnb whether or not you own property, okay? You can do this with or without property. And like I said, it's just a lot of like little details, so I may have to do a whole nother video about this, how you can do this. If you want me to do this, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button so that I know that you guys want to learn more about this business venture, and so that I know that you guys are interested in this, okay? But the first reason obviously is for the extra income. I've always believed in having supplemental income. It's always good to have something on the side. You never know what will happen, okay? So you want to have something going for you. I don't believe in just relying on a 9-to-5 job, or just relying on, you know, working for somebody. They can let you go at any time. I've been there and done that, okay? So I do believe in having an extra stream of income. Now with Airbnb or having a short-term rental business, you do not necessarily have to own property. A little bit of backstory about myself is that when I was 23, I did purchase my first property. I'm 26 now, and unfortunately I was able to start out with Airbnb with using my own property. There are other ways to do it with not owning property, with getting like a landlord to agree to it, getting an apartment complex to agree to it. I have some, you know, tricks. I wouldn't say tricks, but there are ways legally that you can do this, actually legally. For example, you know, actually establishing an actual business, creating an LLC. My husband and I, we did create an LLC. We wouldn't do it under our personal names, but we would do it under our business names. So in other upcoming videos, I'll share with you guys a little bit more. I'll guide you a little bit more of how you can do this even if you do not own property. But establishing a business, which is not really hard to do, is the ultimate way to go, so that you're covering yourself, you're protecting yourself, and all of that, okay? So that's number one. Extra income, you guys. The next reason why you guys should start an Airbnb business is because there is tons of demand for it, you guys. Also, there's tons of demand for Airbnb. I mean, people travel every single day, especially in the summertime, okay? People are traveling, okay? Traveling has picked up, okay? So people are traveling, people need places to stay, whether they're traveling for vacation, sometimes people are simply just traveling for work, or sometimes people are traveling to help their sibling move or whatever. People travel for all sorts of different reasons. So like I had said in a previous video, do not get hung up on the location too much. It does not have to be like Orlando, Florida. It does not have to be Miami. You know, it does not have to be, I don't know, Las Vegas, okay? People travel everywhere for all types of different reasons, okay? You just have to have the right systems set up in place. You have to just have your, you know, Airbnb set up where it is very attractive and, you know, where people would want to stay. Like I said, I'll do other videos, go a little bit more deeper as to how to attract, okay, guests to your Airbnb and how to be fully booked. You guys, I can tell you by experience, and I've not been doing this for years or for a very long time. We literally launched this business this year, like the end of March, April. But I have read books before and just done my research, and it is literally working. So I can tell you from experience, you know, some of the things to do, some of the things to not do, and how to be fully booked. You guys, we are, when I say fully booked, I'm talking about like 97, 98% like booked, okay, for the next like few months, okay? And this has been happening since the second we launched. Since the second we launched this Airbnb business, we've been getting bookings within like hours. Within hours, we started to receive like bookings and inquiries, and every single day we just were getting booked, and bookings on top of bookings on top of bookings, and it was just mind-blowing. I'm like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? So actually, backstory, when I just bought my home, I was, you know, a single person, I lived by myself and everything, and I had a spare room, and I was like, why not just like rent out the, you know, other room? I'm a risk taker, okay? If you know me, I am a risk taker. I'm not afraid to take a risk and all of that. So I was like, I'm gonna rent out this extra room. So I was kind of like doing that for maybe like $30, $40 a night. Wasn't anything much. And honestly, guys, I didn't have, that room was more like an office, sort of like I set it up. So I did not have like an actual like bed in there. It was just a blow up like queen mattress, but I made the room very cozy and very comforting, and people knew from the get-go, like on the listing, that it was the ear mattress. So I made sure that I disclosed that from the get-go, so there were no surprises, and people were still booking, you guys. People were still booking my air mattress Airbnb, okay? And I think that is how these two guys started Airbnb. I think they had mattresses in this apartment or something like that. I think, honestly, I think that's how they started this Airbnb. But maybe that's why it's called Airbnb, air mattress, you know? But that's how I started. And yeah, but anyway, this year we decided, you know, let's just go full-fledged with this business and expand. So we started that with our property in New Jersey. Then we moved to Dallas, Texas. If you follow me, you know Dallas is the place to be, honey, especially with like Airbnb and stuff like that. So we're expanding here in the Dallas area. We're super excited about it. Okay, you guys, but the third reason why you should start an Airbnb business today is because it is passive income, okay? I like to say that passive income is active first. So there are a ton of steps that you're gonna have to do before, you know, it is work. Honestly, I'm telling you, it was work for us, because like I said, we were started off with my own property, and there was a lot of things that we had to do. We had to revamp everything, like not remodel anything, but we had to like take out all our stuff. Like it was just a lot of stuff, you guys. Like, you don't know how much stuff you have until you're actually moving, okay? But we had to take out all our stuff and did all of this and all of that. So it was a lot of work to start and set up. We also had automatic systems in place. So there's a lot of that we had to do. We set up those systems so that we don't have to be there at all when guests check in and out, all of that. So like I said, this is something that I can share with you guys in another video. I'm going to try to somewhat do a series like how to really start, how to set up your LLC, form your business. You know, you want to get your business bank account, stuff like that. You want to separate your personal assets, you know, from the business. So I can break all of that down with you guys, how to do all of that. It's better to do it that way. It's just better to do it that way, okay? Trust me. There are a ton of people, you know, who just do it without setting up all of that, but I recommend doing it that way, forming an actual business. And so we now have things on automate. So yeah, like I said, you know, nobody wants to be, especially if you plan on having like multiple like Airbnbs, nobody has time to be at all these properties when somebody checks in and out and all of that. Like, nobody has time for that, okay? So I have systems in place that allows us freedom to literally manage our Airbnb from our phones, okay? Super easy. Like, sometimes I pinch myself, like I'm like, I can't believe we're just sitting back and, you know, having the money coming in. But like I said, it does take work to start, and even here and there, you know, you're gonna find that you'll have certain issues. I'm not gonna say that it's all flowers and everything like that. We've had a couple like challenges and had to deal with a couple, you know, crazy people here and there. I wouldn't say crazy people, but we kind of had to deal with some interesting, you know, situations, okay? Let's just say that. So I won't say it's all flowers, but 95% of it is great. So I do encourage you guys, if you've been thinking about starting an Airbnb business, definitely do it. If you guys have any questions about anything, if you want any further tips about, you know, how to start, like I said, you guys, I don't mind sharing stuff. I can be an open book. I don't want to go too much in this video because I know I can be a chatty and I don't want to blab too much, okay? So I have to kind of like break this up, and like I said, I may have to end up doing like a series or something like that. But if you've been thinking about starting a short-term rental business, whether you want to do other platforms, VRBO, you know, booking.com, other platforms like travel nurses, stuff like that, however you want to do it, okay? And you have the property to do it, you have the extra property to do it, okay? Also, like I said, you don't have to own property. I can give you guys like insight on, kind of like guide you, okay, how to get into apartment complexes, stuff like that. I am still learning. It is a learning process for me as well. We're learning as we go. You know, I call myself the legally clueless entrepreneur because half the time, sometimes I do not know what I'm doing, okay? Or I guess I tell myself that I don't know what I'm doing, but half the time I just figure it out along the way. I believe in figuring it out, because if I just allow myself to sit down and wait until like everything around me is perfect, the perfect situation, the perfect this, the perfect that, it will never happen. So if you're trying to sit down, wait for the perfect situation, the perfect time to do stuff, it may not happen, okay? Or when you finally get to it, you're gonna be like, why didn't you do it sooner, okay? So if this is something that you wanted to do, go ahead and do. So I want to talk to you guys about building business credit and all of that. You guys, I feel like I'm all over the place, okay? But I have and this video is honestly not as planned as I wanted it to be, but I just wanted to jump on here real quick just to share that. But I also wanted to go over building business credit and all of that, because I feel like not a lot of people are talking to us about these things, and they make it seem so hard, and you look around and you're like, oh, how is this person doing that? How is it that person doing that? And you know, I've been that way in the past too. I've done that, you know. I've questioned like, how do you get to that place? How do you get to that place? And I feel like the information is out there. The information is out there, you guys. You just have to really dig for it and just do your own diligence and research and do it, okay? And I'm super excited establishing more business credit and all of that. because that's going to be a key. That's going to really help you to really expand this business, and that's something else that I can talk to you guys a bit more about. Anyway guys, I will take you along our journey of expanding our short-term rental business in the Dallas, Texas area. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I have tons of tips coming your way. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention, why you should start a short-term rental business. Even if like you're a landlord, rethink it. Okay, rethink it. All right, because the thing with like having a fixed amount coming in is just that, so there's like pros and cons. I'm not here to say what to do, what not to do, all of that. I believe in all sorts of different incomes, but I feel like a lot of people just have that set mindset of just the owning and renting mindset. The only thing with that is it's kind of like a set amount. You can't, you know, tell your tenant it's $1,700 this month and then next month it's $2,000. You can't do that, right? But with short-term rental, you have such a wider gap. Your earning capability is so much more, you guys. For example, you know, a landlord, you can probably charge, let's say your mortgage hypothetically is like $1,000 and you charge your tenant about $1,500, right? That's an additional $500 that you're making per month. But with short-term rental, your mortgage is $1,000, but you know, because of your nightly rate, based on your nightly rate, all of that, whatever, you end up making let's say $3,000, okay, in that month. You just made $2,000 in profit versus $500. That is an additional $1,500, okay? So that is the benefit of doing short-term rental. So don't just limit your earning potential, okay? I share that to say be open, okay? Be open to the different earning potentials or earning opportunities that are out. But anyway guys, I don't want to make this video too long. If you like this video, make sure that you hit that like button and the subscription bell as well, so that way when I jump on here and break down a little bit how to start a business, how to create that business, open that bank account, start building business credit, stuff like that, how to start your Airbnb, tips to have your Airbnb booked like that, okay, once you launch. If you want to know all of that and follow our journey with expanding here in the Dallas, Texas area, you definitely want to subscribe because you don't want to miss out on that, okay? But anyway, y'all, it's your girl Shy-Bivia. It was an absolute pleasure. Let's grow businesses together, and I'll see you guys later. Be blessed. Bye-bye.